Do you want to know how to build trust with your child? I'm Nicholeen Peck, and I teach all over the world about parenting, good communication, how to build strong family bonds, child development, and education, all through the lens of the principle self-government. And in this video, we're talking about trust. In this video, we're going to talk about how trust is built, and you're going to learn specific habits that you can do to improve the feeling of safety, trust, and confidence with your child. All right, let's talk about how to build trust. Trust is one of those rock solid things that you usually can build a solid relationship on. You know, I think of a little song that I learned when I was a child talking about building your house on the rock or on the sand, right? Kind of a biblical reference there. But when you build on the sand, everything shifts. And building on emotional foundation is the same as building on the sand. It could shift at any time. It's completely unpredictable. But when you build on a rock, something that's solid and strong, then it establishes trust. So what is it that you're going to be building on? You're going to build on hopefully a plan, predictability. You're going to build upon principles, things that you can rely upon. You're going to have a good bond or a connection, a strong relationship that hopefully is also built upon trust. So trust is going to be a big part of our rock that we're going to build our family foundation on, or our relationship foundation on. So how do we start to frame that house of the relationship on that rock of trust? The first thing is you got to know where you're going. Did you know that children get really stuck in the details of the moments of their day? That's why their days seem so incredibly long. They don't understand the concept of time when they're really young. They don't understand how long a week really is or how long hours really are. They just know that everything seems long, and then at some point somebody says you got to go to bed, and I don't want to because it seems long because I woke up and it was a day later, you know, and so they worry about all of those types of things. So when children are right in the moment of parenting, they're thinking about the one thing, the dirty sock on the floor, the dish that did not get taken over. They're not thinking about the overall cleanliness of the house. They're not thinking of a bigger picture. That has to be trained. Big picture thinking is something that is learned over time as you are around other people that also have a big picture lens to life. So one big picture that they really do not understand is that this parenting moment has a bigger picture attached to it. They don't understand the why. They don't understand that you're trying to help them become a certain type of a person. They think that you're just annoyed about dirty dishes all the time. They're attaching emotionally to something that you might be attaching logically to. And so that actually can throw everything off for them, and that trust in the relationship. So if you want them to trust you more, you want to instill more trust, then you've got to make sure that you get to a place where they actually understand the why of certain things, that they understand the bigger picture of what you're doing. So it's wise to start with a vision of what you're trying to accomplish as a family. In this book, Parenting a House United, I talk about creating a family vision. This is a story that you create as a family that's going to be in the future, that gives the family a reason why they're going to invest in the family communication, why they're going to care, why they're going to want to follow instructions, accept no answers, and do all of those self-government skills for success. So if you've already subscribed to this channel, then you know I talk a lot about skills on this channel. I talk about the principles of self-government, and those are going to be your friend when you're wanting to create a relationship that is built upon trust and understanding. So we've already talked about creating a picture of where you're headed. This is going to make it so that when you correct something in the moment, people don't have to take it as personally. That's one thing that you can establish as a habit, is that you think about these corrections and these teaching moments with your children as just words. They're just teaching moments. It's not something you have to take personally. That's right. I'm giving you permission not to take it personally. If there's one mistake the parents make in their parenting, it's they get too emotional about having to do corrections for the children. They start taking it personally. They start thinking about the time that's ticking by or what thing they're on their list are not getting done. They forget about the person. They forget that this person is someone that I'm training. I care about the person's outcome, and if I have to put in some time, that's okay, because these are just words. I could say these words 10 minutes from now. I could say, pause, I'm going to say these words 2 days from now, and it's just words. It's still the same words. So when you're training your child, don't take it personally. Stay calm. Help your children understand that this parenting stuff is not something that you hate. It's something that you like. In fact, please don't give that message to your children. It really scares me when I hear parents talking to their children about how awful being a parent is. And I think to myself, what do they want our future demographics to be like? Do they want people not to have children? Because that's what's going to happen if you keep telling your children how awful it is to be a parent. Tell them how great it is instead. Sorry, that was a little ADD moment, but I hope it's helpful out there, because we need our children to know how much we love the parenting, and having a vision of what we're really doing will help us love it more too. Also, if we enjoy corrections and we don't see them as a problem in our life, then that also helps us to improve our consistency, which is going to be one of those things that actually helps establish trust as well. If you do not correct your children as often, your children will feel like you are a liar. They may not phrase it that way in their heads. They'll start to just work around you as they're working your system, but they will not see you as a person of integrity that they need to believe in all things. That hurts the trust relationship. So teach them good principles, follow through with the teaching and the corrections. Do those things to help them develop good relationships with you. One of the most powerful things that you can do to help your children feel safe and understood and confident in their choices, their behaviors, and in their relationships with you is to be calm. That's a thing that you can be consistent in. That's a thing that you can work on, and that will change everything. What if when they're out of control, they're crying, they're angry, they're yelling in your face, you could stay completely calm and have love in your eyes that you are sending to them, thinking, I love you. I love you. It is okay. What if you could do that in that moment when they are at their worst? What would that do for your relationship? What would that do for their trust in you? That doesn't mean you let them abuse you by yelling at you and mistreating you. You're still going to correct it. You're going to address it. But can you do it by thinking how much you love them at the same time? Yes, the answer is yes. You can love a person and correct them at the same time. It's possible. People don't do it often enough, but it is possible. We shouldn't be afraid of corrections. We should consistently follow through when needed with our corrections, because we trust in our own abilities to be calm. If you can trust yourself to be calm, then your children can trust you to be calm too. But if you're not sure you can trust yourself yet, or you need help with your calmness, then I have a free gift for you. I have a calm parenting toolkit on my website, teachingselfgovernment.com. And right now, if you go to teachingselfgovernment.com, on the homepage, you can access my Calm Parenting Toolkit for free. I am going to give you a little warning. The Calm Parenting Toolkit is just a mini course on calmness. It is not an entire teaching self-government training. So please remember that. If you want more self-government training, you'll have to get that afterward. But this toolkit for calmness should help you start on the road to calmness for you and for your relationships.